Right.
Sir, come on.
Yeah, thank you so much. Myself, Kumar Vineet, I'm Special Secretary IT, Government of UP and MD UP DESCO. I'm presenting the evaluation presentation of Scotch Awards, and my presentation is based on UP Helpline. It is a UP Chief Minister helpline with the purpose and ideology to connect the entire mass one-to-one to check upon the government to citizen services, to get feedback, have a mechanism on how to get the better implementation of the services, check upon the value indicators, and of course, we do have our own challenges in the implementation and the testing that we also try to sort out again and again. The entire project works under the guidance of Honorable CM Office, and it is implemented by UP DESCO along with its partners. So straight away we'll come to the ideology that we had for this purpose. The main purpose of this concept was that we should have our outreach to the citizen, irrespective of the knowledge, irrespective of the technical exposure or literacy or financial status. Of course, we had to incorporate an effective and improved channel so that our existing integrated grievance redressal system that we have built in to be followed up along with the CM helpline. It is adjected to that, and the entire scenario gives us a holistic approach towards each and every problem that we have. Delivery and result, we have to specifically chart it out. We have to check it out, and timely and effective delivery of the system is very important for us. The delivery can be in within 24 hours, it can be within 3 days, maybe 7 days, maybe a fortnight or a month, depending upon the issue that is going to be resolved and the issue that comes up to me. We have also established accountability of officers at each level who have to actually deliver it. And ultimately, it is a citizen-centric portal where we have to finally see out how well we can connect to the citizen. In this helpline, we have integrated each and every services that is citizen-centric, be it health, be it police, be it electricity, be it direct benefit transfer, anything that relates from government to citizen. Now, let us come to the introduction of this concept of CM helpline. As I said, it is an integrated mechanism of integrated grievance redressal system where any input from any side, be it DM office, be it Janta Darbar, be it Commissioner office, be it the department, be it police, anywhere, including CM helpline, we have integrated it with our integrated grievance redressal system. Now, if I come to the entire process that what we have taken into the concept, we have basically taken a grievance mechanism where information is there because people need information about the different services. They can raise the demand, they can put up suggestions, but of course we do not take any grievance against the state or service matter or code related matters or RTIs. The concept that we work on it is basically both inbound as well as outbound calls. And on this, for this purpose, we have got a 24/7 500-seater call center established over here. And through this call center, we daily monitor each and everything that we try to get into the citizen-centric services. It was officially inaugurated on 4th of July. We have 2019. We have all the inbound and outbound calls. Along with that, we have call forwarding facilities as well. For example, any specialized police issues, we can always transfer it to 112 or hospital or ambulance, whatever, that we can obviously transfer to other call centers as well. So that is the inbound call, that is the transfer facility that we also have. Basically, the purpose is that citizens should feel homely, so should get a single window clearance of any problem that a citizen wants to throw up to Honorable CM. Well, let us come into the working mechanism that we are getting into it and how we get into the redressal mechanism. Any call which comes from a citizen or any SMS or any way feedback comes in, it may be an application, it may be SMS, it may be a call, whatever. The call center person takes into the call. If it is through SMS or through any other concept, then we do a outbound call and get the system issue, that the problem issue, and then we escalate it at the IGRS level. Then it is sent to the first level escalation, where the concerned departmental officer has to react and has to submit the solution to that problem within the time frame that has been already mapped beyond. And then there is a second level escalation in case the citizen is not agreeing to what the solution has been given. And of course, then there is a third level escalation also, where finally we settle down whether the problem is of the nature of demand which cannot be met as of now, or any situation which has finally been met. Maybe the citizen might have a different opinion altogether, but then what the actually the concept or the solution grievance mechanism has to do. So this is the working mechanism through which we go through the CM helpline. Entire process, as I said, is integrated with our grievance redressal system. Now, let us get into the challenges that we faced in this mechanism. The first thing we did was that we made a holistic approach analysis of different states which were also doing the in fact, we went for Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. Then we took upon the pros and cons of the states that they were facing, and then we translated it onto the demography of Uttar Pradesh, and then we settled on with this present mechanism. Now, the script, which is very important, has to be very user friendly, very precise, very apt. Let me tell you that on script we work weekly, at times even daily. We check the script, we find the script, whether it is crisp, whether the question that are being asked through a script is perfectly fine, whether it caters to the problem that citizen is throwing up to us, and whether it is objective, so that there will not be any subjectivity at the level of call center executive also. So script part, we have definitely worked a lot on it. And then we have got a training and of departmental officers. Through this, each and every department, major department, we check it out, the department from which we get the maximum problems. Then we take subject consultants and subject experts from those departments. Then those departments give us a specified answer and specified solution to different type of problems that generally come up, so that the mechanism of call center is very effective. Even beyond that, we have our subject matter experts sitting time and again in the call center itself, so that in case of any exigency, they can definitely get into the concept. So in this way, we have developed the mechanism of call center, we have created a screenshot, and we have done our mapping. Now, when I say mapping, new attributes are there, things that are coming up to new types of issues that are coming up, that we all take it into the foray. Entire process of CM helpline is connected through integrated grievance redressal system. When I say integrated grievance redressal system, that I mean the call center gets into the script, it pushes it onto the IGRS, it automatically goes to the concerned officer on his portal, and the concerned officer can access those problems, can contact the concerned person who has raised his grievance, his or her grievance, and come back with the solution. Need be do the visit, do the field visit, and come back with a solution, post it on the integrated grievance redressal system, and check it out. Again, we take a feedback from the concerned grievance citizen also, in case his grievance has been accepted, whether he is okay with the solution, whether he is okay with the redressal or not. In case he is not okay with the redressal, he has that option, he or she has that option to put it up its objection, and then it goes, dissatisfaction level goes to L2 level. So in this mechanism, we have adopted this process through which we are going ahead with our process of CM helpline. Then we have a very strong monitoring and reporting system.
Sir, kindly conclude your presentation in next 2 minutes.
Okay, perfectly fine. So we have a monitoring mechanism also. We have done various trainings at different levels, so that each and every person must be highlighted with it. Every stakeholder, including ADM or ISV or DMSSPs or review at the CM office level, is always there. We have meetings with different nodal departments, subject matter experts, and of course, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of UP takes a periodic review of these issues. We have some very good success stories also coming out of it, particularly in the COVID mechanism. I will just take 1 minute to highlight the COVID mechanism, that this was the CM helpline which was actually functioning. Then on COVID, we converted it, we escalated it to a COVID-19 control room, through which we monitored each and every issue, be it citizen-centric hospitalization, be it oxygen, be it bed, anything. Then again, we escalated to one more level, and that was CM helpline to beneficiary feedback also. Now we have been doing one-to-one beneficiary feedbacks of agriculture, of social welfare schemes, whatever. We are doing it a feedback mechanism of each and every services that we are doing. So from a CM helpline to COVID-19 control room to beneficiary feedback and COVID-19 control extension. So this is what has been happening. The beneficiaries or government officials of vaccination reminder, medical distribution, Nigrani Samit, even health issues like CT scan, Arog Setu, anything that comes into board, that we have been doing through this process. Beneficiary related schemes also, like Dhan and Gehu Kharid Yojana that just went on, or uniforms to students, or e-learning. So it has been widening its horizon on a big way. As of now, we have more than 52 lakh complaints, more than 22 lakh demands that we have been doing it. Per day, we do approximately 1 lakh callings, be it inbound or outbound, more than 1 lakh callings per day. So I think just last thing, that the value indicators, that we have tried to make it as a green e-governance where everything goes online, right from complaint to redressal to monitoring to dissatisfaction to calling, whatever it happens, howsoever it happens. A person has a telephone, has a mobile, has an SMS, has access to IT mechanism, has a smartphone, he or she can come to CM helpline, and we do the redressal grievances 24 hours or 2 days or whatever the mapping has been done. Some tale of success we have been getting around, that is, we have got many satisfied customers. Our resolutions have been very perfect. Particularly in the COVID-19, we have got so nice voice recordings that I could really wish that I could put it up to you. So that is all from my side. I hope I have been right bang on the time limit. Thank you so much, and I'm ready for the question and answer in case you have it.
Yeah, your portal and the grievance system is working wonderfully well. I have only one question. See, this is not the first time you have developed this. Many other states, many other districts, everybody has been developing. One is a grievance system, one is the one single line call health service. You have integrated the two. So this is what is nothing new in the sense. Many other people have done it before you, and you also must have upgraded from your old existing system. So I just want to know what is the innovation you use so that this can stand, you know, stand tall among all others.
Yes, Ms. Dash. Perhaps you are indicating towards what is our USP in this particular entire project. Well, we have one single platform at the level of Honorable Chief Minister, from where he can have a feel of the entire state. See, Uttar Pradesh is a huge state. So grievance redressal mechanism has to come out on a common platform through which, in a limited time, in a very limited scope of accessing to the instances, our Honorable CM, his team can have an access to the entire scenario of the state, particularly government to citizen centric issues, how the government agencies are functioning, how well has been their quality work in the field of, say, health, or say police, or in any field, all the 73 departments, what actually they are doing in the field, how is citizens feeling about the field, about the services delivered to them, how effective and how meaningful is the services. So at this CM helpline, through CM helpline, we are doing it, in fact, a sort of a coordination and on a common platform for all the services across the board, all the departments, through our inbound as well as outbound calls. Because citizen can also pitch in, about any services related to say Samaj Kalyan or say revenue, that I have not got a Khatoni or my name is something missing in the Khatoni, or say I know something about the Shadi Anudan Yojana, or government can also pitch in that yes, you have been given a direct benefit transfer about the agriculture scheme. How do you react to it, or what has been your option about it? So this helps. This helps when we get a common platform for policy makers to get into a solution, to get into a citizen-centric services. That has been our USP,
Yeah,
and that
true.
is
That's very good. So you have developed the dashboards for all levels.
yes,
Okay.
we have.
Interactive, it is interactive as well, and dashboards also. But that is also not very new thing because many people have developed that. My question is now, since you have put all services in one platform and you have got extensive access to extensive data, have you made some analysis like a predictive approach? Because CM, okay, he knows today so many complaints came from this and this money has been resolved. All that is okay. That is a routine matter. But also, does it give some kind of a predictive thing that this you do not check it at this point of time, the number may go up to this. And to combat this, you have to put more people here, more people there, or maybe you have to. So the kind of remedial suggestive implications, which a decision maker can actually take decision act on.
Yeah, thank you so much for mentioning that, because that I missed in my presentation as well. We have a fortnightly review of all the problems that come up into, and then as UP DESCO on behalf of government of UP analyzes all these solutions, all these problems that come up, and then we give our suggestions to the government. On behalf of government, we give our suggestion to the government. For example, we have in COVID we had done this, and then we had done this in health issues, because when health problems came in all of a sudden in COVID time, then we got it integrated. We suggested to the government that let us come with the integrated command center at the district level, and then we used to throw a online call to the district command center, and we have got solutions within 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, where immediate needs were required. So in that way also we escalated our level, and we suggested to the government. Beyond that, we do our periodic fortnightly suggestions to the government. Government takes it, we send it to the different departments. We find out the top 3 departments where maximum number of calls are coming. We analyze the grievances where maximum number of unsatisfied grievances are coming, the reason beyond
Yeah,
behind that.
yeah,
We,
that is important. Those
yeah,
kind of analysis are important. So you
yeah.
do that,
We
right?
do analysis. We do analysis. We do it
Fine,
fortnightly.
thank you.
Yeah.
Good. I think my issue is very basic one on making it sustainable, making it political agnostic in the times to come, because these things ultimately, they are very much person dependent. So I think it should be more citizen dependent and citizen centric in the long term. So I think that is an area where you'll have to put in some efforts as you go along. So that's all. The best way to do is to continuously monitor outcomes and be very, very objective.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mohan. What we're suggesting, we are working on it, the complexity of Internet of Things and AIs that is coming up. So we are coming up with the chatbot issues. We are coming up with so that citizen has to face only one act of command, no one else. Who is behind the scenario is none of the concern of the citizen. Citizen has to get a solution to what the problem that he has to face, he or she has to face. So maybe a single sign-on will be a good idea. And what you are suggesting that yes, definitely, ultimately, when the national knowledge network things get up into the being, when the connectivity becomes much better, then these things will crop up more in a more profound way. As of now, in 58,000 gram panchayats that we have already have access of fiber optics in approximately 50,000. So the way this technology booms up, then yes, we will be more specific towards citizen-centric issues, and the solutions has to be very optimal to the citizen.
I